Lions playoff win in 1991? Yeah, Detroit fans were there.
Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us on the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. Also featured on The Roar on 99.1, 93.5, and 94.7 HD2. Happy Monday morning, everybody.
Good morning.
It is Monday.
How are you?
Are we excited about Monday?
I'm always excited for Mondays. I love
Did you just
Mondays.
call my hair frizzy?
Yeah.
Is that how we're going to start our day?
No, you look like you just stepped out of the shower like 15 seconds ago.
Listen, I hit the snooze for a little bit too long this morning.
You
But
look
you smell
like
good today.
Yeah, you look like it.
Thanks, guys.
But good morning. Good for you.
What the hell?
No, good for you. Look, I'm just in a shitty mood because the not Detroit Lions, the Tigers can't hit the baseball. And it's really frustrating me. So, that'll segue into our first conversation of the day, Terry.
Every Tiger game end up
It's depressing.
8-2 or 3-2 or
It's depressing.
14-2.
I could live with a baseball team that was losing games. I can't live with a baseball team that pitches very well day in and day out, has a pretty damn good bullpen, and only scores 2 runs a game. I am losing my mind. I am absolutely losing my mind. I cannot deal with this anymore. They're batting .220 as a team, Terry. There's only 4 teams that have a worse batting average, and they all suck. They're the 3rd worst team in the AL in terms of hits. Like, I can't do this anymore.
They're the worst team in the AL as far as victories are concerned, or win percentage.
Yeah, we need to talk about that. That's the least of the concerns. Their on-base percentage is awful. They hit 11 home runs, which is the fewest in all of baseball.
Yeah, and
11,
then,
Terry. And
well,
how many games now? 29.
And when the miracle happens and they get somebody in scoring position, aren't they batting like 0?
Wait, you mean when they have runners on first and second, and there's nobody out?
Right.
And the cleanup hitter's on up to bat?
Right.
Oh,
aren't they batting 0 in situations like that?
Terry, I don't. They
seems
have to
like
be
it.
batting negative at this point. I don't understand it. Every night, 3-2, 2-1, 4-3, 4-2, 5-1, 10-1. Score some runs! Holy God! I can't believe. I'm not asking for much. Look, was I a bit optimistic this year? Yes. Excuse me, I thought a team that won, 73, 74 games will win about 80, 82. Excuse me. They added 3 bats. They added some pitching. By the way, Eduardo Rodriguez finally put together a good outing. Congratulations to him, even though they lost the game. We don't need to talk about the losing part. Oh, my goodness. They are... I don't know if it's, Terry, that they're lacking a veteran bat, or they just suck at hitting the baseball.
Suck at hitting the baseball.
I'm pretty sure they suck at hitting the baseball.
Yeah. And they're unwatchable.
Oh, God.
I mean, even when the Tigers were bad, there would be interesting games. But see, when you watch this Tigers game, you know that if they got people on base and they're trailing, there's 0 chance of them rallying. None.
I don't need them to rally either. It's...
Yes, you do.
No. Just show me. You lost yesterday, and you got 1 hit. 1.
3 walks. Let's be optimistic.
The day before, 4 hits. This is so bad. Again, I'm not asking you to hit like the Yankees, like the Mets, hell, like the Phillies. I'm not asking for you to be a top 5 hitting team. Be middle of the pack, and you probably have a winning record right now. You are bottom of the league, and I do not understand how your bats could be so cold. I don't understand here. I have never seen a team.
You know what they need? And I always hate to say this, but they need the old dreaded team meeting. Or A.J. Hinch has to kick over some stools. So they need something to spark them. They need something to piss them off besides just looking at the box score every day. But, Jim Leland has done it. It happens in baseball where teams say, enough of this. Let's do something. Let's at least have the old dreaded team meeting or have Skipper come in and cuss us out. They need to shake up. They need you in there.
That's what I was about to say.
Pre-game talk.
Like, walk in there and just... I'm taking a baseball bat to every single one of their heads. I'm going to show them how to make contact. It's unbelievable. Again, just to put things into perspective, I like to associate home runs with strikeouts. Why? Because teams that hit for power typically are teams that are up there in terms of striking out. Is that fair to say?
Correct. That is fair.
The Tigers have the fewest home runs in baseball and damn near have the most strikeouts. That doesn't make sense, guys. I've been watching baseball a long time. This doesn't make any sense. It doesn't at all. Candelario sucks. Akil Baddoo sucks. Jonathan Scope sucks. Can't hit a baseball.
Well, wait a minute. He broke a 0 for 17 slump
Thank God.
yesterday.
Thank God.
Got to be optimistic.
Yeah, optimistic one hit and
No,
three
but
walks
you know what?
yesterday.
I mean, I'm doing the preseason, and I think the reason we're so mad is because we had expectations for the Tigers.
Of course. I'm
Last
disappointed.
few years, it's like they're going to suck, so who cares?
Terry, a rookie, leads the team in home runs, and he's batting 167 right now, by the way, in Spencer Torkelson. What are we doing here?
What's he got, 2 home runs?
He's got 3.
All right.
All right. Austin Meadows has been as good as advertised outside of the power. He has not hit a home run yet in a Tigers uniform, but he's leading the team with a 284 batting average. You know who the hell is in third? The guy that we just want to see hit his 30,000th hit, which, by the way, obviously he did. But the point is, this was a milestone year for Miggy.
Right.
He got 3,000. He got 600. All right, cool. Now what? And he's sitting there batting 259. Better than Candelario, better than Scope, better than Torkelson. God damn it.
You know what we said at the beginning of the season? Drop Miggy in the lineup because he was so
And he's
bad.
your best hitter
now,
right now.
you got to move him up.
He's your best hitter in the goddamn.
If he's batting
And by the way,
259, he should be batting third.
he was the one responsible for the scoring yesterday and the day before. What do you know? I'm going to pull my hair out.
He's a pimp.
I am going to pull my hair out. Again, Tigers, wake up. Hinch, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's voodoo. I don't know if you got to literally take a baseball bat. If you don't want to, I can do it and hit them across the head to wake them up. I'm for it. This is really bad there. 11 home runs. I can't believe only 11. 11
Well, they're going to have to get this.
in 27 games.
They're going to have to get this together by June because I got tickets to go to a couple games, and I don't want to see him score 2 runs.
You know what? When they beat the Pirates not too long ago, 5 games ago, they beat them, and the Pirates literally gave them that game because the 3 runs that they scored were all off of errors. But anyways, looking past that, at the time, the conversation was, you need to win 3 of your next 4 series. And if you can't do that, it is going to be tough to even make a push for the wild card in the AL. They're 7 games back in the Central. The Central, look, it's not lost. It's still early in the year, but Jesus Christ, you cannot play this way.
Central is bad.
The Central is bad. That's the only reason why they're in it.
Right. That's the thing. You know, we talk about this 7-year rebuild. It's not like they're in the American League East. It's not like the Central is good. It's not.
You want to laugh? The
I love
San
laughter.
Francisco Giants, by the way, 5 years ago, 2017, if it wasn't for the Pablo Sandoval home run, I believe, they would have had the number 1 overall pick, not the Tigers. You know what the Giants are doing right now? They're winning baseball games.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about a rebuild. It's been extremely long. There have been trades that have made no sense, obviously. But the point is, you brought in a manager last year. Everybody agrees top 3 manager in baseball.
He worked miracles last year.
He worked miracles last year.
Magic is gone.
We need that magic right now. This team needs not only magic, it needs a very aggressive manager to shake up the entire lineup. Because these players are not seeing the baseball at all. At all.
Do you think if he cussed them out, that would
I think it would
shake
help.
things up?
Yeah, I'd walk in there and I would cuss out every single one of them. Mm-hmm. Like, guys, have some pride. What are we doing here? You can't even hit a baseball.
Instead, you know what he said? We're going to get better. No kidding, Sherlock. You can't get any worse. So even if you bat 220, that's better. You talked about winning 3 out of 4 series. How about this? They win 3 games out of the next 4 series. That's what they do.
I don't know, Terry. I can't handle the Tigers looking this miserable. Again, I can... It is depressing. That's the problem. It's not that they're losing. It's the way they're losing. They are extremely depressing. Does that make sense? They are depressing. They are losing games. 3-1, 2-1, 3-2, 4-3, 4-2. Thank you. It is depressing. It is depressing, man. I can't. You cannot not hit the ball. Like, that is the fundamental. Again, I tweeted this over the weekend. Imagine a scenario where you had good starting pitching. Good meaning average, above average, pretty solid.
Solid, fresh.
Good, good shifts in every time that you go up to the mound. The bullpen, top 3 in baseball, as of yesterday, obviously, because they were number 1 not too long ago.
Well, let me steal the old line about starting pitching. Give your team a chance to win.
Absolutely.
I think for the most part they do that.
Absolutely. And imagine I told you before the season started that the bullpen would be top 3 in the league 27 games in, and your starting pitching was better than you expected it to be. You would be telling me, oh, we're competing for the Central, and I would buy it.
That's true.
Little did I know you were only going to hit 11 home runs in 27 games, have a .220 team batting average, and have a goddamn rookie leading your team in home runs, which isn't even impressive because it's only 3. He's responsible for more than 30% of the home runs on this team. Put that into perspective.
It's ugly, ugly, ugly.
I hope you guys all enjoyed your Sunday. It was Mother's Day, obviously. So we'll do a little roundtable talk about Mother's Day for everybody over the weekend. But before
Terry's got a story for us.
I know he's got a story. He's always got stories. Before we do, Maddie, could you tell everybody at home about Cintron?
Yes, I can. The summer of Cintron is here, guys. I went to Kroger yesterday. They've got a sale going on right now, 2 for just $4. Cintron is now available at your local Kroger, so head to cintronworld.com. Find out which Kroger you got to go to. But yes, it is 2 for $4 right now. Cintron is the new energy drink for the active lifestyle. Drink it, live it with Cintron.
New to the game or a season better? OddsTrader.com has everything you need to make the right bet ahead of kickoff. Begin your handicapping journey with OddsTrader. Improve your edge by finding the best price on every game from sportsbooks in your backyard. Take advantage of the numerous sign-up bonus offers to pad your bankroll. Dive into key game statistics, player performance, and even account for the projected game day weather. Best of all, you can use the OddsTrader bet tracker to keep a log of your action. Welcome to OddsTrader, and best of luck.
Hi, I'm Kay Cunningham. I'm proud to partner with Hall Financial, the mortgage company known for 5-star service. Don't just take my word for it. Check out their 5,000 5-star reviews for yourself. Go to callhallfirst.com and get started with your 5-star experience today.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Well, guys, if you know me, you know I like my wings from Wing Snob. They have fresh, juicy, hormone-free chicken and the best traditional wings in the game. Try out their signature sauces, Jamaican jerk, or lemon pepper. Their wings are tossed to perfection in any sauce that you may choose. When the wings are this good, you're allowed to be a snob. Order online now at wingsnob.com. Wing Snob, we just have better wings.
Better wings.
Better wings, better moms. I wonder who would win in a fight. My mom or your mom?
Your mom, for sure.
Probably.
Sorry, Mom.
Happy Mother's Day, by the way, to every
mom used
every
to
mom
fight.
out there from yesterday. How'd you guys spend your Sunday?
Outside eating brunch.
That's
with
it?
my family, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Then I went to Kroger, like I said.
We hosted the mom. My wife is a mom, and then her mom is a mom, obviously, and then we had a bunch of the people over, and my mom's mom is not doing well. She's got cancer, and she kind of forgets things, so she kind of sat there, but she was happy that her little grandson was running around with a boat and stuff like that, so that was pretty cool. But the real action happened afterwards. She was staying with us for a long time, and then we moved her into a home because I just said we can't take care of her anymore, but she was falling and didn't know what was happening. So they took her to the facility, and she's like, "Why are you bringing me here?" And so she got all mad and everything, and she forgot that's where she lives. So that was pretty depressing. But and then usually when we host something, My wife wants to do it, and then she bitches about it because, everybody doesn't clean up, and then she's got to clean up, and we got to hear about this all day. But it was cool. It was nice. And this weekend, ran into a lad who listens to the show.
Nice.
And
Cool.
he said he likes it, but he said, T, I got to ask you one question. Why do they always pair you with a jerk when you do radio or something? And I said, look, young man, don't you dare make fun of my friend Maddie like that. Maddie is good people, and she is not a jerk. Damn it.
Thanks, Terry. That's
Yes.
so kind of you.
Stand
I
up
would have
for
thrown
her,
you under the
sister.
bus. Don't worry, Maddie.
I know.
I wouldn't have been as kind as Terry.
I'm aware.
Oh man, I spent Mother's Day at my obviously family's house. We hosted like all the mothers on my dad's side, and had like this big gathering. It was quite the event.
Okay.
That was fun. Fish, what'd you do for Mother's Day?
I mean, just a typical Sunday. Got up 11:50 p.m. on Saturday. How do you not? Stayed up till 5. We had a bunch of great action on Sunday. Continued that into the Mother's Day. It was Mother's Day in Australia as well. How do you not? So it was just a lot of good fun.
I hate you, Fish. One of
there
these
were some
days.
great
Watch
games.
your Premier League?
I did. There were some
For
good
Mother's
games
Day?
yesterday. Did you watch Adam? Probably not.
I didn't, no.
Yeah. Disappointing.
God
but-
bless
Don't even
you.
ask me because I wasn't watching.
You
God
guys should
bless you,
watch.
Fish. God bless you. That's all I'm gonna say.
What was on the menu?
Okay. For what? For food?
Yeah.
What did I eat yesterday? Oh, I had burgers yesterday.
Hey, there you go. Fish finally eats actual food.
Yeah, do you eat actual food?
Most of the time,
yeah.
it's just like crackers and nuts.
Yeah, but
Depends.
when Fish eats a burger, it's a slider, and he only eats one.
Well, that's normally true, but I actually did have a proper burger yesterday.
Okay.
I know. I went up
What's
to
your
the big
version of a
leagues.
proper burger?
Fish, do you put
a
cheese on
burger?
your burger?
Yes, I do.
Thank God. All right,
Yes.
cool. All right. Well, I got yelled at on
Shocker.
Sunday
Yeah,
morning.
that doesn't surprise me.
So
surprise.
I thought. So here, let me try to explain the situation. Obviously, I'm newly married, right?
Okay.
So I wake up. There's no reason for me to tell my wife, "Happy Mother's Day" at all.
Oh boy.
Are we all on the same page with this?
Do you have a pet?
Are we all on the same page with this?
I am no. Even if they have a pet,
Thank
you
you,
don't
Terry.
say Happy Mother's
So
Day.
she looks at me and tells me, "Yes, we do have a pet, by the way." So she looks at me and tells me, "Aren't you going to tell me Happy Mother's Day?" I'm like, "Oh, are you pregnant?" And she said, "No." I'm like, "Okay." She's like, "How do you forget?" I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Our cat."
Oh,
I'm a
stop.
cat
I
mom.
knew this was coming.
And I swear to God,
How do you not?
If Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's case wasn't going on, I would have backhanded the hell out of her.
But you know what? People consider pets like their children.
Oh yeah.
Mostly women do this.
Yep.
Fellas don't. They're like, that's just a mutt.
Yeah.
Or that's just a damn cat. But the woman is like, that's my baby. Because some women don't. Maybe she doesn't want to have a child with you.
Wow.
And she hasn't really told you yet.
Yikes.
And the cat
Yikes.
is your child.
Looks like Adam's walking off the set.
I'm gonna like, that cat doesn't even like me.
But it
Only when I
Again,
feed it.
Like the
Shocker.
wife.
Only when I feed it. He's a
Oh,
whore
yeah, that's not a shock. Wow.
who just does whatever it takes to get food in his stomach. Anyways,
I don't think cats are like anybody.
I don't know. He likes her
No,
a
they
lot.
like certain people.
I'm
yeah,
not a cat fan.
Cats are pretty dope.
However, knowing like this much about what you said about your wife, I already knew that was coming.
but- yeah, excuse me. I didn't know pet moms were a thing.
Yeah.
That doesn't even
How do you
qualify.
Haven't
know
you seen
what-
my keys?
No. Did you get a Happy Mother's Day from people?
No, nobody gives a shit about me.
All right, there you
Dog
go.
mom.
Dog mom.
Dog mom.
Yeah, Terry, this is a woman issue.
No, it is. And
I'm a single parent,
when
so.
when the dog
There we go.
gets sick or something, and the women get
Oh,
depressed.
if the dog get, it's hell. Yeah.
They get pissed. You get no loving. They don't like you because, like I said,
It's like
that's
you
their
don't
child.
even exist in their life anymore. It's all about the dog or the cat
Right.
or the
and I
guinea
went through
pig
this
or the
phase
fish
back
or-
in the day when I was single. Dating all these women who had not one dog, they had like 5 dogs. And you go in their apartment and their dogs are all over you. Hey, what's up, buddy? And I'm like, damn. And you can't say anything mean to the dogs because that's their children.
Yep, they'll slap you.
I feel like I'm being personally attacked right now by all of you.
Yeah.
I am a cat dad, and I get mad when my dog's hurt.
Yeah, but am I
Like,
supposed
what
to
the
wish you
hell's going on?
Happy Father's Day, Stick?
It's not Father's Day yet.
I've gotten Father's
but
Day
we'll-
gifts before for my animals.
Will we wish you a happy Father's Day when Father's Day comes?
You should.
I
You should
will.
always.
See you there?
I'm waiting on you
I-
guys to
I
wish
am
me Happy
offended.
Mother's Day still. No.
I am offended. Look at where
So
society's
you're a
going.
mother.
Yeah.
Look at where society's going. You don't even have to give birth and you're considered a mother. What kind of lazy society is this? Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I feel bad that I'm on the Adam side on this one because usually, he's so out of touch with society. I'm
That's
like,
when you
dude,
know
what's
you gotta
wrong
check
with
your
you?
moral
But now
compass.
I feel him now.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Listen, I know what I'm talking about here. This is,
Listen, was I mad that nobody wished me a Happy Mother's Day?
thank God nobody
No.
wished you Happy Mother's Day. And I'm glad I didn't.
My sister-in-law celebrated her first Mother's Day yesterday.
But
As
Maddie's
as a
also
real
like the
mom.
dead
As
mother.
okay, because she earned it. She dealt with 9
yes,
months worth of
she
pain
earned it.
and then went through labor. She deserves to be
But what I'm saying is I didn't think that I deserved to be wished a Happy
good.
Mother's Day.
None of you. No,
Yeah,
no
but you went
father,
to-
But if
cat
somebody
mom,
wished me
cat
Happy
dad.
Wait a
Mother's Day, I'd
minute.
be like,
You
thank
went
you.
to PetSmart and purchased
Thank
your
you.
No,
child.
I drove to Ohio to a
Wow,
farm.
you really
Yeah,
worked for it,
alright.
Maddie. You really worked for it. God,
My dog's a goddamn purebred, okay?
whatever.
Bottom line, you pulled out your Visa card to get your child.
Venmo, but yeah.
Whatever.
This is the laziest thing I've ever seen. See, like,
No, it's just-
adopting
saying.
a child, cool, right? That's a little different. I can respect that. Happy
Same
Mother's
thing.
Day.
Same
No,
thing.
it's not. No, it's not.
Dog, child, same thing.
I mean,
Actually,
it depends
I
who you
prefer
ask.
dogs.
You might offend half the country. It depends who you talk to about.
But where does this stop? I mean, like, what if you have a snake?
That's what I'm saying.
Is that
Snake
That-
dad.
yeah,
A rabbit?
Are you a snake
No,
dad? a
well, yeah,
rabbit?
that's still considered a pet by some idiots.
What if you have a reptile?
It's
Of
still
any kind.
it's still considered if you have it in your house, isn't that considered a pet? Depending on if it's a snake, a spider,
What if you have roaches? Is that a pet?
depending on if you give it a name and like coddle it or whatever. There's weirdos in this world.
Who's
that do that.
cuddling roaches?
You'd
Who the
be
hell is out here
shocked. You'd
cuddling
be
roaches?
shocked. You'd be shocked. There's not me, but there are people
I
in this
stomp
world that
them.
do it. You'd be
I said,
shocked.
Get out of my house.
Hi, little Rosie.
You guys know how I treat
Hi,
spiders.
Timmy. Oh, Timmy,
Oh yeah,
you're so
you
great.
stomp them and then lay on them.
What the hell's going on this morning?
And then Timmy bites you and you have an infection and you die.
Who's Timmy?
His roach.
The
Keep
ro-
up, Al.
No,
Yeah,
roaches
people
don't
are
bite, but a
idiots,
spider
Adam.
can.
People have roaches as their pets. People have hippos and rhinos and tigers as their pet. You think they're smart
Hippos
monkeys?
and rhinos, I doubt. Tigers, sure.
No, there are people that have like.
How do you
weirdos.
house a hippo?
I don't
Imagine
know.
marrying one.
I knew that was coming.
married
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe you can get away
They
with
might
it.
not even have them in their house. They might just have them in the wild and then they see them
Yeah,
every
if I
day.
married
Moral
a
of the
hippo, she'd
story,
be outside
I will wish
too.
you a Happy Father's Day on Father's Day.
Why?
Because you have a
No,
cat that
I
needs you.
refuse. I will
I'm
not
gonna bring
take
you the
it.
cake. It's gonna be
I will
all
not
yeah, how
accept
do
it
you
at
not?
all. No,
I
until I'm an
refuse to
actual father,
say Happy
a real
Father's Day.
father.
a real.
We're not
father.
doing this. Yeah,
I have a shirt that says cat dad on it. Best cat dad ever. So it's official. It's out there.
I can't
I'll wish
believe
you
it.
a Happy Father's Day stick. don't
Okay,
worry.
I have helped bring 2 human beings into the world.
Thank you, Terry.
And
He earned the right to
I
be called a
earned
father.
the right to be a father.
He put his sperm to work. What do you
Right.
guys do? Nothing.
Good choice
Nothing.
of words.
Nothing. What'd you do, Maddie? 9 months. You really worked for that dog.
She drove to Ohio,
I did.
Yeah, wait.
did her Venmo thing, and that's my baby.
And then it was the saddest thing ever. She did the whole like pause on the back window
Oh,
thing and
yeah.
cried. It was the
Yep.
longest driveway in the whole world.
Yeah, you.
I almost left her there
How do you
because
feel?
I
You
felt
stole her
bad.
from her family. Congratulations.
People treat their pets. Some people
Give
treat
her a
them more
good
than their
life,
kids.
I swear.
Yeah, people have issues. What do you want? People treat their pets better than their own children.
Yes,
That's
a
a
lot of
problem.
them do.
That's a problem. That's not a good thing.
Your pets don't talk
and-
back.
a good thing.
And I told you, our neighbor, their granddaughter died, and I went
Oh
to
yeah,
get
you
a
gotta send
sympathy
them a
card.
card. Yep.
There's like 10 different sympathy cards for your pets and dogs, and only found one for a grandchild or child.
Yeah, nobody
So
cares
people-
about children anymore.
They care more about their pets.
My cat identifies as a human, so I guess that counts, right?
You
What?
know why
What?
people like pets better? They don't talk back.
Your kid is screwed.
It doesn't
Why?
make sense.
Because one, if it turns out even slightly like you,
Oh, no, it's gonna be
talk
all
back.
like
No.
It's gonna
His
be
child's
all
gonna be
like
fine
you.
because I'm gonna give him some fatherly advice.
Hell yeah. Look, my kid's gonna be fine. I'm gonna raise my kid the way I was raised.
Didn't you want to be a baseball player?
My
love
dad,
that
my
for your
dad
kid.
used to mentally. It was mental warfare in my house. I never
Seriously
got hit.
though, can you guys imagine little Adams running around here?
I would love that.
Yeah, give me about 10 months. It'll happen.
Another
10
Adam,
months.
another
Are you saying
Adam
you're
told me to
about
F
to
off.
get
Yeah,
it
we're working
done?
on it. Yeah,
All
we're
right.
working on it.
No,
Yeah, we're working
actually,
on it.
they'll be good because Adam's gonna be one of those fathers that just gives you that look like, I'm disappointed in you, and they go, ooh, we gotta chill out 'cause
They go to
Dad's
mom
mad.
for everything, and when they come to me, that's how you know they're in trouble. That's how it's gonna work.
Okay.
Yeah, he won't
Mom's
have
gonna
to
be
say
the cool
anything.
mom. I'm just gonna be the jackass. And the kids are gonna
Adam,
be just
give us
fine.
that disappointed, like your disappointed look that
I
you're
get
gonna
that
give
once
your
a day
kids.
from
Right
Adam
into the
already.
camera. Right into the camera.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's gonna be
I
it.
get that. I get
That's
that
gonna
look
be
at
enough.
least once a day from Adam
And
already.
then I'm gonna toe tap while I'm doing it.
I get a look of I might die today. That's
My
look.
dad used to like make me go get the belt.
Oh.
So that walk to get the belt
Oh,
and the
yeah.
walk back,
Walk of shame.
think about how bad this is gonna hurt.
Ouch.
My
That's
mom
parenting.
always did the.
That is good parenting,
Yeah.
by the way.
My
My
Alright,
mom
I
always
because I
did
never got
question.
hit.
When you have children, are you gonna raise them as Lion fans?
I am.
He should.
I am. No, absolutely. Look, being a Lions fan is extremely underrated, by the way. You learn. Show me a Lions fan, and I'll show you someone who's never gotten a divorce.
Wow.
For the majority of people. And I'll tell you why. Being a Lions fan, you understand how to deal with adversity. You understand disappointment. All you know is disappointment. So there's nowhere but up. So when you raise your kids as a Lions fan, they're ready for anything in life. Oh, you got fired on the job? Hey, happens. All good.
Welcome
I'm a
to
Lions fan.
Detroit
I've seen it happen
Lions.
every Sunday. It's all good. It's all good. Imagine trying to raise your kids to be a Patriots fan. Spoiled little brats for the last 20 years. All they know is winning. No. All my kid knows is losing. And that makes them work harder. I mean, we always talk about this. You know, people that are born in more difficult situations tend to have a higher work ethic. So yeah, my kids are definitely going to be Lions fans.
Okay.
We're going to
Great.
put them through. We're going to put them through the grinder, Terry.
Terry, you gotta remember, it's my team, the Lions.
I know. I
My
heard it.
team.
My kids are going to be doing blow on Sundays
Oh, great.
by the time they're 5 years old. 100%.
No.
Wow.
That's child abuse, and somebody's gonna take your child away from
In
you.
other country, that's normal. So I don't know. I
Which
haven't been-
country?
We're in
Which
the United
country?
States.
Which country, Fish?
Not in the, you want me to say a country?
Yes.
India.
India, they're doing blow
India,
at
you
5
can
years
you can
old.
do blow,
There's kids that are 8 years old smoking cigarettes like it's normal.
That's not blowfish.
and
Well, they're probably
My
doing
dad
that
started
too.
smoking at 11. Totally normal. It's totally normal.
How about those monkeys that smoke cigarettes?
That
Those
is
are
cool.
awesome
There are
too.
some
that is
of
funny.
those.
I
That
love
is cool.
those on the internet.
I'll tell you what else is cool. This whole studio, by the way, because Sticker Genius put it all together. Sticker Genius is the official sticker partner of the Woodward Sports Network. When it comes to stickers and signage, think Sticker Genius. Of course, they wrapped and redid this entire studio in under 24 hours. A phenomenal job. Great people, and we thank them very much. Again, check them out at stickergenius.com. Let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Cintron is the official energy drink of the Red Wings, proud partners of the Detroit Pistons, and exclusively served at Little Caesars Arena. If you're looking for premium ingredients, long-lasting energy, balanced hydration, essential vitamins, and great taste, Cintron is your top choice.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us on the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. Why you gotta always be mean to me?
I'm not. I'm just making you smile. People love to see you smile in the chat. That's
Love
my
tap.
job. It's a little love tap.
Okay.
All right.
Anyways.
Terry brought this up to us last night, and he asked, has Alavila blown his opportunity to rebuild the Tigers? And I'll let Terry take the floor on this one. Terry.
All right. Alavila, you would assume he would rebuild this team by trading away two of his bigger assets, Justin Verlander and J.D. Martinez. Now, 3 years later, here's what the Tigers have gotten out of that trade. Right-handed pitcher Franklin Perez has been released. He's injured. He provided 26 innings of pitching over 3 years for the Tigers.
That's really good.
Das Cameron has provided 4 home runs and 16 RBIs in 3 years.
Oof.
And a 188 batting average.
Hot streak.
The third person they got in the Verlander trade was, do you know who it was? Catcher Jake Rogers.
Ugh.
He's the most productive player out of the Justin Verlander trade. He's batting 182 with the Tigers career with 10 homers and 25 RBIs over 3 years.
We released him?
No, he's not released.
Oh, he's still on
Franklin
the team?
Perez is released. But that's all they've gotten. Out of JV, 26 innings out of the pitcher that you got, no one batting over 200, which sounds like this year's team. J.D. Martinez. I don't even know how to pronounce his first name, but I think it's Dawal Lugo. 236 career batting average, 7 home runs and 26 RBIs in 3 years for the Tigers. Sergio Alcantara.
Alcantara.
143 career batting average, 1 homer, 1 RBI over 3 years.
Okay.
And finally, Jose King.
The King's here.
The King is here. Has not made it to the major leagues yet.
Ouch.
But he's a quality player, sort of, at West Michigan. So that's all they've gotten. That's how you were supposed to build your team. 2 or 3 of these dudes were supposed to be on the Tigers this year contributing. None of them are. And so I contend that when you have 2 Justin Verlander, is he a Hall of Fame pitcher?
Yes.
Okay. J.D. Martinez, not a Hall of Fame outfielder,
but a damn good
Hold on. Is Justin Verlander a Hall of Fame pitcher with the Tigers or the Astros?
The Tigers, you jackass.
Many would say Astros because he won a World Series with them.
Buddy, no, why? That makes no sense. He was a Cy Young and MVP winner and spent his entire career in Detroit and is now, 2-3 years removed from Detroit?
Right. He will be...
Okay.
That's not the Matthew Stafford situation.
He will wear a Tigers cap.
I would hope so.
He will wear a Tigers cap, and it's not even close because his prime, where he was at his best, where he had the most individual success, along with team success, was with the Tigers. Outside of the World Series with the Astros. You remember Justin Verlander only as a Tiger.
Right, and plus we don't know where his career is going to go because he's had Tommy John surgery.
Yep. Yes.
So he'll probably be all right the rest of the way, but not spectacular.
I think he'll be fine, but Fish, no. He'll retire as a Detroit Tiger.
I hope he does.
Why people talk about Matthew Stafford and say, oh, is he going to retire as a Ram or a Lion? Is because he had 0 individual and team success in Detroit. He was just a talented quarterback that you could not win with in Detroit for a lot of reasons that we're not going to get into. But if he spends 6-7 years with the Rams, that's going to be a tough conversation to have because he'll probably have won multiple divisions. Who knows individual awards, and who knows if they repeat or win a second one.
What if he wins
Does that
another?
make sense?
Yeah. What if he wins another World Series with the Astros, and has a Cy Young
And even
year?
if he does, it doesn't matter. He's not going to be the X factor, the main guy, and the main reason why they're doing it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Plus, I don't think he won a World Series game. So that's kind of important.
It is.
If you're a pitcher, not only must you be on the World Series team, you should win a game or 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Verlander's a Tiger Fish. It's not even close. Terry, back to the Alavila debacle. Yeah, he's blown it completely. They got nothing. Nothing out of a starting pitcher that teams would die for at the trade deadline, trying to make a run at the World Series. Mm-hmm. And I would say a top 12, top 15 hitter in the league right now, and J.D. Martinez.
Right.
And you got nothing. Yeah, no wonder why the team is struggling.
You should have 3 dudes in your starting lineup who are decent. From
Riley Green going down again. Even if he gets hurt, so what? He's a rookie. Were you really relying on Green and Torkelson to put, 55 home runs and 140, 50 RBIs together?
Or have them average 3 runs a game. How about that? Maybe that could happen.
What are the Tigers doing? And you know what's funny, Terry? Every single local Detroit Tigers analyst, right? Guys that cover the teams, Rogelio, Chris Castellani, said that this team needs one more veteran bat. But no, Candelario's the guy, right? There you go, Jamie Candelario, doing nothing right now for the Detroit Tigers. Alavila,
the Candy Man.
And again, what do I do here? I don't want to ask you who do I have to look to blame, right? It's obvious why the team's at where it is in terms of their talent. That's because of Alavila. Were they able to overhaul it? Slightly in the offseason. You added Javi Baez. You added Austin Meadows before the season started. That was good. Added a nice starting pitcher. Quality, whatever. Okay, I can accept that. One offseason of good decisions. Last year you did nothing. You just hired AJ Hinch, and he made you look a lot better than what you are. And we thought, rightly so, with a quality manager and adding the players they added, you had a baseball team this year. Now, was it a World Series contender? Absolutely not. But in the Central? You tell me you couldn't compete for second place?
You should be knocking on the door this year in the Central, because it's Chicago, the White Sox haven't taken off like we thought they were going to. Minnesota's all right. Kansas City's a below-average team. So you're not looking at the best of the best. And the cycle for the Tigers being World Series contenders to rebuilding, that's over. You should be a contender again at this point. It's been 7 years. 2016 was the last time the Tigers won 40% of their games. They're above 500 in 2016, but they haven't even won 40% of their games since 16. So what we're seeing this year is nothing new. The reason we're talking about it is we're pissed off because for the first time we're like, I got expectations for this team. They should be winning some games.
And it's beyond the fact that they didn't get anything. It's look what JD is doing now.
Diamondbacks.
Pretty damn good for himself.
Yes.
Look at Justin Verlander. He's actually doing pretty well. Now, is he a top pitcher in the league? No, but he's still playing at a pretty damn... Do I dare say elite? I think he's like 3-1 this year. He's doing well. I want to say an ERA under 2. Off the top of my head. Maybe. Fitch, could you double check that for me?
Sure.
But Verlander, so far to start the season, him and Kershaw, guys that you think, the 2010's best pitchers, they're doing really damn good to start the year. Kershaw 4-0, Verlander 3-1.
Verlander's got 1.93
Yeah,
ERA
there you go.
right now.
Sub 2.
Let's see. He's allowed 19 hits in 32 innings pitched, 7 earned runs.
Now, do the Tigers need Justin Verlander or, we should have... No, this is not the point. The point is, you got nothing for that level of production all these years later. Nothing. Again, I'll say what I said in the beginning of the show. If I told you before the season started, you had an above-average starting pitching. You had a top 3 bullpen. Where would you think the Tigers would be 27 games in? You would look me dead in my face and tell me 15-12, 16-11. Oh, we'd be a winning team, Terry.
I'd say 17 wins. Because when the Tigers went to the World Series, you know what they didn't have? A bullpen. Their bullpen sucked. And that's probably a major reason why they didn't win a World Series the 2 times they went there, because the bullpen would always let you down.
It's unbelievable to me. 11 home runs, a team batting average of 220. It can't get any worse. It can't get any worse than that.
I mean, you could be the Cincinnati Reds. And they're pretty bad.
What do the Reds and the Tigers have in common?
Well, the Reds have 5 wins.
Yeah, and they both cannot catch pop-ups to the catcher.
And they were 1-20 for a long stretch, and that's really bad. That's like get out of the major leagues bad.
Fish, the Tigers have no right to talk about any other team right now.
Well,
All
I'm
right?
just saying, you guys say it couldn't be any worse. It kind of could.
No,
the Reds.
it can, because people didn't expect the Reds to win their division. And the Tigers came into the season, whether you like it or not, with expectations. Now, were they central favorites? No, fine. But this is a team that you expected to at least compete for the second place spot in the Central.
Here's what I thought. Second place, missed the playoffs, but every time that somebody played the Tigers, like, we don't want to face these jerks again because they press us, they make us sweat, they scare us. We may have won 2 out of 3, but damn, that was a tough series. Now, you got guys from opposing teams, starting pitchers, cigarettes in their mouths, just pitching, just throwing the ball at the plate, knowing you're gonna get the Tigers out. You could get a guy eating a bucket of chicken, take it to the mound.
Is it Wing Snob?
And Wing Snob, whatever it is, KFC, Wing Snob, I don't care. They can still get the Tigers out with ease.
Tigers are 9 games back. You know what's funny? We were talking about the Carlos Correa signing before the season and how he went to the Twins.
Yes.
And how the Tigers were better off than the Twins.
There's a little pocket
and
of
that they
Tiger
would be
fans angry
competing
about
with the
that.
White
Yeah.
Sox. Twins are 18-11. They've won 11 of their 15 home games, 7 of their last 10. The White Sox have won 7 of their last 10. The Guardians have won 7 of their last 10. And the Tigers have won 2. And they're bottom of the division at 8-19.
And
9
Minnesota
games back.
got off to a rough start.
Yep, and they recovered.
They had their slump.
And so did Chicago.
Right.
Chicago also had
and I'm tired of AJ Hinch saying, well, everybody's going to slump. Okay, they usually don't
Not that
last
bad.
this long. It's not this many people.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, you're going to go through 3 for 32 stretches.
Yeah,
but
not
everybody?
For everybody, every single game. 27 games in, the fewest home runs, the third fewest hits is ridiculous. It's unbelievable. I'll tell you what's unbelievable as well. The buffet that Big Boy has going on. Actually, not the buffet. It's actually their dessert, by the way, right?
Yes. The Big Boy has brought back the Strawberry Fest this summer. So they brought back some of the classic breakfast items like strawberry French toast, hotcakes, and waffle. But if you're not feeling breakfast, don't worry. They've got you for lunch as well. Try out their new strawberry bacon chicken wrap, crispy chicken wrap, nacho wrap, or strawberry salad. And it doesn't stop there. They've got dessert as well, including a berry delicious strawberry pie for only $1.99 with a purchase of $7.99 or more at participating Big Boy locations.
At Wing Snob, staying humble's not our forte. We just have better wings. We're back at it again with our crispy golden brown fries and our famous boneless wings. Juicy, tender, hormone-free chicken. Your favorite signature sauces with no bone. Just when you thought Wing Snob couldn't get any better. Order online at wingsnob.com today. Wing Snob. We just have better wings.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Well, guys, if you're looking for peace of mind, look no further than Guardian Alarm. They'll keep you safe. Whether you're at home or on the road, they're 24/7 local monitoring. Make sure what is important to you is safe. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT today for peace of mind. That's right, you heard Fish. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT right now and let them know that Woodward Sports sent you.
He's actually on the Red Sox.
Way to go, buddy. Way to go. Listen, there are rumors that, you have to acknowledge or at least consider. And I'm of the mindset, Terry, I am not looking or entertaining any free agent visiting or even signing with the Detroit Lions at all. I'm not interested, but this was an interesting question that was pulled. It's something that's been discussed over the last few days, and it's something I believe shouldn't happen, but you never know, right? Lions fans want everything. Julio Jones is a free agent, and the conversation this morning is, should the Lions pursue Julio Jones? And not to be a Debbie Downer, but that's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard of in my life. And when I saw it get pulled, he got a lot of traction. Oh, wow, people are really talking about this. People really want it to happen. And that makes no sense to me. You just drafted Jamison Williams. You have Amon-Ra St. Brown. You just signed DJ Chark. Did I mention you have Cephas returning from injury and Josh Reynolds? That is 5 wide receivers. Now, maybe my math is off, but what is the most amount of wide receivers you can have on the field at a given time? 5.
Yeah.
5 linemen, a quarterback, and 5 wide receivers. All right. You already have 5. Why do you need Julio Jones? Why? Are you contending this year, Detroit? Are you one playmaking wide receiver away? You really need to bold up and make a big move? No. Do you really want to take targets away from 2 young wide receivers? Ideally, no. Didn't you bring DJ Chark in to fulfill a role similar to what you'd probably be asking Julio Jones to fill, who, by the way, is well past his prime? No. What are you doing? What are we talking about on Twitter? What are we talking about on Reddit here? What are we doing, guys? What are you guys entertaining? I want to know why Julio Jones to the Detroit Lions makes sense to any of you.
People love names, but Julio. Here's what Julio Jones is. He's a fader. A fader is a guy that had a great career. A fader is a guy that used to put up 1,500, 1,800 yards. Now you're well below 1,000. Now you get injured a lot. Now you're kind of the second or third best receiver on your team. And the Lions should at least make a phone call. You always make a phone call, but the bottom line is you don't sign Julio Jones. If you could have him 6-7 years ago, I'd be okay. You know what? Let's go for it. But you know what how I stand on NFL free agency. Most of the time, you pay a guy for what he did. You're not paying him for what he's about to do. Julio Jones was a great receiver. Keyword was. Now he's a fader
who's got injury problems.
Yeah,
who was not productive last year.
He's going to make you look bad. So
again,
let him roll.
I'm not going to worry. I don't think it's a good move. I don't think it makes any sense. But wide receiver is not what you're looking at in free agency, guys. Where's the priority? I don't think there's a single player in free agency right now that this team should entertain at all. At all. Zero. Not a single player. Why should they? I think you have a good thing going, Terry. I think they're building the right way. I think Brad Holmes has made some very, very good decisions, not only in the draft, but in free agency. And now we're at the point where, all right, get ready for camp. Get ready for preseason. And it's time to go out and play football. That's it. There's no more signings.
Well, there is, but, plug and play signings. You're not going to sign Julio Jones. You're not going to sign some top free agent. But, if you say, you know what, we could use a little help at linebacker, get yourself a second-tier linebacker that's going to play on a show-me contract. Have no problem with that. If you feel that you need a couple more, a safety, show me. That's what the Lions are doing. That's the thing that I like most about them. I say, okay, you can come here. We'll have you for a year or two, but show me you can play. We're not going to pay you a lot of money. It's going to be plug and play, and that's the type of free agent you should get.
Absolutely. And again, you don't want. Again, what do these older veterans do for you? Are you contending? No. Cool. You just answered everything. You don't go out and get these kind of guys. Even in Julio's case, by the way, is well past his prime. He's not the receiver he used to be, so we don't even need to talk about his production. But just in general,
Here's the problem, though. He still thinks he's in his prime. He still thinks he should get more targets. So he could be a guy that comes in here and bitches and moans about, I'm not getting the ball enough.
Yeah, if Julio wants to get signed by the Lions, he could be a assistant wide receiver coach. That's it. That's all you're getting. Retire. I do want to transition a little bit. The NBA has announced Nikola Jokic, back-to-back MVP. Now, down the stretch, he was insane. And Embiid kind of fell off. I think that was the ultimate difference. He's now the first back-to-back MVP since Giannis, I believe. I believe the last 4 years it's been Giannis, now Jokic twice. That is insane. It's insane to me. Another back-to-back MVP. A guy that I would like to know the definition of MVP to voters. Again, I wouldn't have voted him MVP. I think Joel Embiid, this was probably his year to win the award. Just in my opinion, it would have been close. It would have been Embiid, Jokic, and then Giannis for me. But oh well. They voted Jokic, who, by the way, is the first ever. I think I can confidently say that. The first ever second-round pick to win back-to-back MVPs. I don't think I'm reaching there. I'm pretty sure that's the thing. I'm pretty sure.
He's the 6th or 7th MVP not to win a scoring title. Usually, you win the scoring title, you're the MVP. But not for him.
Yeah, again, Nikola Jokic MVP. This is the 4th straight year now we're seeing these hybrid big men win the awards. Giannis, a freak. Jokic is a freak. This is a guy that can run up and down the court. No, he's not built like Giannis or as fast as all these other guys, but he's mobile.
And he's got flabby arms.
Yeah,
I like that.
He's got flabby arms. He can shoot the three. He can pass. He's probably a top 7 passer in the NBA.
Yeah, he is.
Hell, I could argue top 5. He's better than most point guards at passing. Did I mention he can rebound, shoot, defend the paint? Yeah. Unbelievable.
Because he's so
MVP
tall,
now.
he can see over defenses, and that helps him as far as passing is concerned.
What is that?
He can see over defenses, and that's what helps with his passing. Oof. Because he's such a tall lad.
And you know what? I was thinking about this watching the playoffs yesterday. Why is the MVP voting pushed so far into the playoffs? Seems a bit unnecessary for me. And I could be wrong,
Actually,
but
it's
as a voter, I saw the Nuggets get knocked out of the first round, correct? But I saw Jokic doing everything possible to keep his team in a series against the Warriors that they had no business being in. Yeah, they ended up getting 4-1, I believe. But that dude was doing 30-point triple-doubles the entire series. That is extremely persuasive. I don't care if you say only use the recent sample size of the regular season. Fine. It's still in my head.
All right, let me help you, young brother. The playoffs have nothing to do with MVP. The voting is turned in a week or maybe 5 days before the season is over.
I hope so.
So the voters never see.
Okay, good. Thank God.
Yeah, they never see
But why
1
don't they,
second of the playoffs.
I miss when Stern used to announce it right before the playoff series started, opening game. They give it to you in front of the home crowd. Like,
okay. Here.
Why'd they change that up?
Okay, here. They try to spread out Rookie of the Year. And, they want this to last through the playoffs. But here's something. I could name you MVP here for the station and not announce it for another 2 months. Doesn't mean I was watching you 2 months from now. No. You are named or you're voted on during the regular season, and then they just take an envelope and they stick it in their little NBA vault. Nobody can see it, supposedly, until they decide to release it.
But I feel like they downplay it, though, and they're just announcing this and giving these awards to these guys at practice.
Well,
I do agree. I think they should.
Decision.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think Adam Silver should be attending those home games in the first round series. and just giving that award in front of the whole crowd.
Yeah, because now all you're seeing is these videos on Twitter where these guys are finding out at practice that they just won this award.
It's so weird.
And I feel like it's just like, here's your award. Like, it doesn't really mean anything.
Is everybody on the same page that Jokic deserved it, or is it just me that thinks Embiid should have won it?
I had Embiid as my pick for MVP this year, but
I would have picked Embiid.
I'm not mad about it by any means. I
Who's
don't
the
think
best player in the NBA, though?
Giannis.
Giannis, right. And so, but I would have given it to Embiid this year. I think he did so much for that team, and he's grown as a player. I thought Embiid was a clown, but I don't think he's a clown. I think he's just a different personality.
Well, look, they lost the first 2 games to the Miami Heat, and it wasn't even close. And I know, again, it's the playoffs, but it shows his value. He comes back, they've won the last 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a big reason why.
Right.
And when James Harden was fat and out of shape, or Ben Simmons wasn't available, it was Joel Embiid carrying the 76ers all season long. And I think we made too much of a deal of, James Harden is now on the Sixers. Wow. I think we looked way too much into that. Jokic won the MVP. I can't be mad about it. Well-deserved. Yeah. He's a great player. But
the only award I've been mad about so far is still Cade Cunningham. So
I think they got every award right except Defensive Player and Rookie of the Year. That's it. I don't know how you give Defensive Player of the Year to a guard. Marcus Smart. He was a good defensive player. Nobody is scared of Marcus Smart. How's Marcus Smart doing against Giannis right now? Defensive Player of the Year.
But Marcus Smart is a midget compared to Giannis, man. Come on now.
It doesn't matter.
He's like a foot and a half shorter.
It doesn't matter. I mean, he wasn't playing at the level of.
Yeah, but you know what? You can be mad about a guard winning. Here's what I'm pissed about. Well, not really pissed about, but usually what they do is they give the the best defensive player to a center who can't move, and the only thing he does is he blocks shots. But if you ask him to guard somebody, he can't do it.
Yeah, there's so many years LeBron deserved Defensive Player of the Year. There are so many years that, hell, even not only Kawhi Leonard, you saw it sometimes with Paul George. I mean, some of these small forwards were the Defensive Players of the Year, but they didn't have 2 blocks a game, Terry.
Right. Yeah, and that's what voters
such a dumb thing.
They look at, okay, how many blocks a game do he has? But you know what? You know what's the hardest position to guard in the NBA? It's either shooting guard or small forward. And if you can guard a small forward, hold him to 17 points a game, you might be a defensive MVP. But nobody sees that because you're not blocking shots, but you're holding this guy below his season average. To me, that's more impressive than a 7'4" guy standing underneath the basket blocking shots.
That. I'm with you on that. I'm also with you on betting on the NBA playoffs.
Okay.
Guys, NHL playoffs and NBA playoffs are underway, and there's no better place to do it than MyBookie. Bet from anywhere, anytime using MyBookie, and they'll match your first deposit when you use code Woodward. Again, that's code Woodward. Sign up today on MyBookie. And as always, if you are not good at gambling or have a gambling problem, call 1-800-270-7117.
It took exploring 50 different formulas and hosting countless taste tests, but we believe Gypsy Vodka is the smoothest vodka on the market. Don't believe us? Ask the owners.
We're Mike and Adam Kazanowski with High Five Spirits Distillery. We're in close to about 1,200 locations throughout Michigan. We wanted to create a brand that was geared more towards freedom, love, adventure, and at the end of the day, we really wanted to tell a story that inspired other people to take risk, follow their dreams, whatever that might be.
Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
Thanks for joining us on the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. Also featured on The Roar on 99.1, 93.5, and 94.7 HD2. Well, guys, it was Mother's Day weekend. We had a great weekend, but we've got Lions to talk about. Don't be mean to me. I'm going to fight you one of these days.
Yeah. Oh, my God. All right, app's fixed, by the way, for everybody in the chat. All set. Sorry about the issue. Tigers. No, not the Tigers.
No, Lions.
We did that.
Jesus Christ.
If you would have listened to me instead of being mean, maybe you would have known what we were talking about.
Yo, you know Adam doesn't listen.
All right. Draft grades obviously always come out, and yes, I understand it's very difficult to grade something that you don't have any tangible data to support, right?
Right.
We're talking about what ifs. Will this player work in the league? Will he not? And we know in the NFL draft, at the number 2 overall pick, the second pick in the draft, over the last 22 years, 48% of them have missed, right? So there are no guarantees in the NFL. But I think it's very important when we understand grading, what does it mean? And to me, Terry, when you grade a team's draft, who did you draft? When did you draft them? Who were they coming out of college? The Green Bay Packers pick, right? The Barry Sanders draft. Was that at the time, in that moment, that day, the following day after the draft, was that an awful pick?
Barry Sanders?
No. The Mandarich, the Green Bay Packers lineman.
No. It wasn't.
You would
It
have gotten
ended up being an awful pick.
Yes, but you would have given it the day after an A+. At the time, they got the best offensive lineman coming out of that draft class on the board. Yes or no?
At that time, yes.
So that's the thing with the draft. 6 months from now, the number 3, 5, 7 overall pick could be complete disasters, right? You don't know until they're on the field, yes. But the Lions, this brings me to my point. The Lions received the 4th highest draft grade that officially came out this weekend on NFL.com. The 4th highest draft, the 4th highest graded draft. And I think that's insane. And Baltimore got number 1, by the way, just perspective for everybody. The point is Aiden Hutchinson going to work out?
I would guess yes.
I would say yes.
Mm-hmm.
Jameson Williams, ideally, I don't even want to talk about if they're going to work out. What I want to talk about this morning is, who did you draft? When did you draft them? Was it good value? Did you give up too much? Everybody knew, even before he ever played a down, that trading up for Mitchell Trubisky was a disaster move by Chicago. Even though he was actually decent, average, slightly above average.
But we didn't think that would translate into the NFL. Nobody would say, "Man, the Bears got Mitchell Trubisky.
Exactly.
Damn, I'm scared."
And you know what? If he would have turned out and been an all-pro quarterback, would have shut the hell up. Fine. But the Lions, you drafted the number 1 edge rusher on most teams' board. Hell, the number 1 player on most NFL teams' boards. And Aiden Hutchinson at number 2. Good value. Good value. You trade up 20 picks for a 3rd-round pick, essentially. And you're able to get the number 1 wide receiver, again, coming out of college, who tore his ACL, which is why he fell 2-3 spots. Congratulations. Good value. I can give that an A+. Are they going to work in the NFL, Terry? The hell if I'm going to tell you.
We think so. That's all we can say. We think so.
We do believe so, absolutely. But the point is, they crushed the draft, given who they took, when they took them. Again, if I would have told you guys before the draft, hey, the Lions are walking away with Jameson Williams and Aiden Hutchinson, you would have looked at me like, how do you plan on doing that?
No. What you talking about, Willis?
How do you plan on doing that? And if I told you that you were able to trade up 20 picks in the 1st round for a 3rd-round pick, you would look at me and say, who got fleeced? Your own division rival. Again, I think the draft worked out very well for the Detroit Lions. 2nd-round pick Josh Pascal, I think, is very interesting. You have Kirby Joseph, a good safety pick. Hell, I think there's talent. Again, what am I asking my GM to do, Terry? Bring me talent. Build a talented football team, because you can't win without it.
And potential.
Yes.
And I think the 2nd day pick of Gonzalez might work out. The linebacker.
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez.
Yep.
Sorry, Rodriguez is good.
Yeah, I mean he plays with his hair on fire. But what do I need from this draft? Ideally, 3 players. Give me 3. That would be a fantastic draft. 3 players I know that can start and contribute on this football team. If Aiden Hutchinson is an all-pro defensive end, congratulations, you hit a home run, Detroit. But this has always been an issue. Bottom 3 in the league for the last 8 years in terms of a pass rush. This was so needed. You addressed it. Great job. Jared Goff, going into the year prior to the draft, you were, all right, Chark, Josh Reynolds, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Okay. Not the ideal lineup, along with T.J. Hawkinson in a backfield that you're just never sure who's going to be there. But beyond the point, you go out and get Jameson Williams. Well, now you can evaluate Goff. Now is the perfect time to sit there and say, hey, Jared, all right, we believe we can win with you. Brad Holmes came out with that statement, so did Dan Campbell, right? They believe they can win with Jared Goff. Notice how they didn't say, we believe we can win Super Bowls with Jared Goff. Notice how they said, they didn't say that we believe that he's the long-term future of this franchise. You got to read into this stuff, guys. You can win with Jared Goff. I agree with Dan Campbell. I agree with Brad Holmes. You can win with Jared Goff. That does not mean he's the future of your quarter. He's not the future of your team. He's not your franchise quarterback. You don't need him to be your franchise quarterback. What you need him to do is perform this year, win you football games, and allow you to assess the next year's quarterback class and the year after. And over time, you make a decision, hey, this is the direction we're going in. But I guarantee you, Jared Goff is not getting a 4-year, $160 million extension. And if he did, Brad Holmes would automatically lose all the faith I had in him. Immediately. All trust, gone. But again, you can win with Goff. I don't need him. I don't need him to be a franchise guy. Ryan Tannehill, you can win with Ryan Tannehill. You can win with Derek Carr. You can win with Carson Wentz. You can win with Kirk Cousins. You can win with these guys.
Can't put up any banners, though.
Can't put up banners, but you can win divisions. Lions haven't put up that banner in 30 years. So, we need to understand what winning is, Terry. Everybody thinks it's the Super Bowl. No. Start by winning your division. Hosting a playoff game. Winning a playoff game. Winning multiple playoff games. Winning multiple division titles. Competing for an NFC championship appearance. Competing in the NFC title game. That's winning. That's culture. That's building a legitimate franchise. Not, you luck into a Super Bowl and then you go into the gutter for the next 30 years. And I'm sure, look, Lions fans, hindsight, they could say, I would have taken a Super Bowl 10 years ago and sucked for the last 10 years after. Of course, easy to say that. You can win in this league with average quarterback play as long as you have above average talent, above average coaching. You can compensate for it. Can you win a Super Bowl? Probably not. Probably not. And it's very rare. I believe the last one to do it was Nick Foles. And that was more of a miracle run. He was the backup. Let's go to starting quarterback, Joe Flacco prior. One of the best defenses in the league. Their special teams were unbelievably good and actually scored in that Super Bowl. Anquan Boldin was playing out of his mind in that Super Bowl. Hell, the entire playoff run. Not to make excuses, just what happened, guys? Are you going to rely on Jared Goff to win you a Super Bowl? It's probably not going to happen. But Jared Goff can win me a division. Jared Goff can win me a playoff game.
Ready to play a game?
Go ahead.
All right. There's this little bad guy in the back of my brain who thinks the Lions may not be setting themselves up to draft a rookie quarterback. Also, they're not setting themselves up for Jared Goff to be the long-term solution. But I think there is a chance the Lions could do what the Rams did, what the Buccaneers did, and what other teams seem to be doing is bringing in a veteran via trade or free agency that they plug in to replace Jared Goff. Now, here's your game. I'm going to give you a player's name. Would you be willing to give up your 2 first-round draft picks and pay this person $25 million to replace Jared Goff? Because I think there's a chance the Lions may say, you know what? We don't want to go to the rookie route, because if you go with a rookie quarterback, you're probably going to lose an additional 2 or 3 years. And maybe if you can plug and play a veteran, that you can win and contend and win a division within the next 2 years. So are you ready?
Yep.
Would you do it? You got to give up 2 first-round picks.
All right.
That's the game. And pay this guy $25 million. Derek Carr. Would you do it?
No.
Okay. Joe Burrow, which is going to be impossible, but would you do it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I would give up 4 first-round picks.
Okay.
6, maybe.
Here's a tough one. I think I know the answer on this one. Dak Prescott.
Hell no.
I knew that was going to be.
Hell no. And I get, I'll let you continue, but this is the point, Detroit. That's the point. Jared Goff may not be better than those 3 quarterbacks, for sure not Joe Burrow. But he's not so much worse than Derek Carr or even Dak Prescott. He's usable. He's average. You can win with average. Okay. I'm only trading if it's extremely talented franchise changing. Go ahead, Terry.
Now here's a tough one. Because this would be a no-brainer maybe a couple years ago, but I think this has now reached the gray area.
Okay.
Kyler Murray. Would you give up 2 first-round picks and pay this man $25 million?
No.
To take over the line?
Well, he wants $50 million a year, so no.
Well, he's definitely not getting that.
With the quarterback market, Terry, you never know. Quarterbacks are going for 30, 35, 40 now. But to answer, no. I wouldn't trade for Kyler Murray. Too many questions. The late season drop-off in performance is concerning. He's always hurt. He's a guy that has to get out of the pocket to really find his throwing lanes. That's concerning to me. I don't think he's a fit for this team. I would pass on Kyler Murray.
Okay. Jalen Hurts.
No. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do it.
All right, here's one for you. This is going to be a tough one for Adam. Baker Mayfield.
I wouldn't trade a 7th-round pick for that fucking loser. Sorry, Fish.
And finally, Lamar Jackson.
Yes. I would trade 2 first-round picks for Lamar Jackson, but it comes with a caveat. I need to commit my offense strictly. I need to go get more running backs. I need to invest in my offensive line completely. And I think the wide receiving core in Detroit much better than what they have in Baltimore right now. Or at least it's more promising, I should say.
So the lines would have to remake themselves.
Essentially.
So that wouldn't, I don't think you can pull that off.
I think you could. If it was only 2 first-round picks, hear me out. I think the defense has gotten addressed slightly. Good improvement with the pass rush. Hopefully Aiden Hutchinson obviously works out for Detroit. But Lamar Jackson on the Detroit Lions, what you would need to build to win. Again, I believe you'll win a division with Lamar Jackson. You can win a playoff game with him. He's already proven that in Baltimore. Is Dan Campbell capable like John Harbaugh, though? I'm not sure. Lamar, I believe, is the only exception to that list where I would consider it, because I know if I go all in on Lamar, I can win games with him. The problem I have with Lamar Jackson, he regressed as a passer. And if you were to ask me right now, at his current age,
yes,
in his future, where I'm going to have to pay him $40-45 million plus to keep him long term.
But I'm letting you get him for 25.
Even if you gave me him for 25, I would rather take a chance on a rookie quarterback. Because what happens when Lamar Jackson loses a step? He regressed as a passer last year, a career high, I believe, 13 interceptions. Yes, the run game wasn't what it used to be, but until Lamar proves that he can be a legitimate threat in the pocket, not that his numbers aren't nice, but guys, I think you know what I mean when I say legitimate threat in the pocket. We have the same concern with Kyler. I don't need you going out of the pocket, man. When you have to, go for it. Fine. But you got to win in the pocket in this league.
But that might be his best option, out of the pocket. Now, I said he was going to be the last one. I lied. I got one more, only because this is a hard no for me, but I think you kind of like this guy.
All right.
Jimmy Garoppolo. That's a hard no.
I wouldn't
for
give
me.
up 2 first-round picks for him. No. So to answer your question, no.
It's your boy.
But it doesn't matter because he can be my boy. He's better than Jared Goff, but it doesn't matter. I can win with Jared Goff. I can win with Kirk Cousins. I can win with Jimmy G. I can win with Derek Carr. You can win with these quarterbacks. You can win with Dak Prescott. Can you win a Super Bowl? Probably not. Probably not unless you just have a Hall of Fame head coach and a Hall of Fame defense. I don't think Detroit has either right now. They have not shown me either. Go ahead, Stick.
Did you guys hear about Jimmy Garoppolo over the weekend?
He impregnated Robert Kraft's wife or
Robert
girlfriend?
Kraft's girlfriend, and that's why they traded him. They traded him because he knocked up Robert Kraft's girlfriend.
And you know what?
Legend.
I have
legend.
Whoa! I have no proof of this. Nothing. It's true. I'm just gonna say it's true. Because Robert Kraft, you know what they're doing there. The guy's kind of a slime ball, and then slime ball things happen to slime balls. But they do a good job of protecting him. I think that story is absolutely true.
Yeah, look, I want to address 2 things. First, Lamar Jackson. To everybody who says, Lamar Jackson, what is this narrative that he can't throw? Last year, 2,800 yards, 16 touchdowns, 13 games in the 12 games he started. 13 interceptions. He was on pace to throw almost 20 interceptions last year. What are you guys talking about? He had an MVP season. He was phenomenal. He was so damn good. He's never thrown for more than 3,200 yards in his career. Yeah, Lamar Jackson has a throwing problem. That doesn't mean he's not a good quarterback in the NFL. And yes, Jimmy G is better than Jared Goff. He actually is. And I can make the argument that the Rams, if they have Jimmy G instead of Jared Goff all those years, before the Matthew Stafford trade, they probably win more than they lose. Jimmy Garoppolo is a better quarterback than Jared Goff. Yes, right now he is. Absolutely. Did Jimmy G ever have the apex year that Jared Goff did in his, 3rd year in Los Angeles? No. What has Jared Goff done since? He's fallen apart. Yeah, Jimmy G. I'll take Jimmy G. Give me Jimmy G on a playoff roster, I can get to an NFC Championship game multiple times like he's proven.
What's he going to do if you bring him here?
Not much. Neither is Jared Goff. But you can win with them, right? Again, these aren't franchise-changing quarterbacks. That's why I said no to every single one of them. Are they going to come in here and change the future of this franchise? No. Can I win with all of them? Yes, I can. Hell, I can win with Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield, he's won a playoff game. He's contended for the division.
Yeah.
You can win when you overcompensate.
Woof, woof.
But that doesn't mean you want them here. That's not a franchise-changing guy. Speaking of franchise-changing, how about life-changing? Everybody, Planet Fitness, your home of a judgment-free zone where I go multiple times throughout the week to clear my mental stress. Obviously, I got to get away from Maddie. Drives me crazy. It's not easy to work with Maddie. So I take my fitness both mentally and physically very seriously. Your fitness is essential. Get started at Planet Fitness. 0 down, $10 a month. That's Planet Fitness. Let them know that Woodward Sports sent you. And more importantly, take care of your physical and mental health, ladies and gentlemen.
6 dark corners, a driveway and a patio, 5 windows that could become doors. Every house has unique security challenges. Guardian Alarm has more tech, more team, and more ways to help keep them all safe. Get a professionally designed and installed security and smart home system from Guardian Alarm. Sign up today and get a free video device. Guardian Alarm. Smart, right from the start. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT.
The official sticker partner of Woodward Sports. When it comes to stickers and signage, think Sticker Genius. We support this local Detroit business, and we are excited to show you our latest project, the Planet Fitness Studio from Sticker Genius. If you need custom stickers, wall graphics, window graphics, and plenty more, reach out to our friends at Sticker Genius. We at Woodward Sports couldn't be any happier with the service they provided us. They were quick, easy to deal with, and super professional. Head to stickergenius.com today.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Our friends at Alta Equipment know that when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. That's why Alta Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction, and they have all services, all makes and models, and their technicians are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you've got a big project coming up, Alta Rents have you covered with the most diverse rental fleet in Michigan. There's nothing your project can throw at you that Alta can't handle. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today. Alta Equipment, where uptime matters.
All right. Look, Terry, last week there was a big issue, controversy, whatever you want to call it, with Michigan and Michigan State fans. They love to bitch. Terry, I want you to give me 4 reasons why Michigan State should have had the Michigan score like they did on their Chick-fil-A championship ring.
Yeah. First of all, let me say there should not be a Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl championship ring.
Why? You don't want free Chick-fil-A?
Just give me a gift card.
Okay.
That's all I need. But I was talking to I brought this up with my Spartan brother-in-law, the DK Broiler. And so I told him there's this controversy on Twitter, which he sort of knew about. And so he immediately became upset and gave me 4 reasons why the Michigan game belongs on that ring. And this is coming from a Spartan fan. 1, he said, it's a rivalry. Michigan and Michigan State are rivals, whether Michigan people want to admit it or not. They don't like each other. It's a big game each season, and it's one that they have to win. Second, when Michigan fans talk so much trash, they should expect something to come back on them. And what he's talking about, the trash, is the little brother stuff, which he's sick of. And I always say Spartan fans are sick of the little brother stuff. And
are they, though? I think they love it.
No, they are.
I think they love it because they've been kicking Michigan's ass for the last 15 years.
Here is my advice to Michigan fans. The week that you play Michigan State, do not utter the words little brother, because it pisses them off. And there's been games where I thought the only reason Michigan State won is because they were so angry with all the little brother stuff coming up the day of or the week of that it fired that team and motivated that team. And I got this from one of the players. He told me that we don't like it, but we should, because it fires us up so much, it pisses us off so much that we play above our heads. And Michigan people think, well, it's because the reason Michigan State is just gets up for that game. Yes and no. They get up more because of the little brother. Little brother still resonates. And he said that's another motivation. That's another reason that score was on that ring. The other one, Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh never gives Michigan State credit when State beats them. Like last game, he blamed it on the refs. And the brother-in-law brought up, yes, there were probably calls that went against Michigan, but the bottom line, you blew 2 double-digit leads. You started kicking field goals rather than score touchdowns. You melted down in the fourth quarter. And
am I the only person with common sense?
No.
Between these two fan bases, this is unbelievable. Why does it have to? Why does it have to come from me that, hey, Michigan fans, can we all agree the Michigan State win? Hell, forget the win. Let's go a step back a little bit more. Was the game between Michigan and Michigan State not a top 3, top 5 game all time? It was the greatest game I ever seen between the two in my lifetime, ever.
Well,
all the years of watching
only
the two.
if your team wins when you're in the rivalry.
I have no what's the word I'm looking? I have no allegiance to either school. I don't. That was one of the greatest games I've ever watched between the two schools playing against each other. Unbelievable game. The fourth quarter comeback, Kenneth Walker going for 5 touchdowns, Michigan dominating early. There were so many things about that game. Fantastic. J.J. McCarthy touchdown throw to Andrell Anthony, I believe his name is. I probably botched his first name, by the way. The new number 1. He had 2 touchdowns that game, I believe, right? Phenomenal game for the kid. There was a lot of good things about that game. Oh, did I mention both of you walked in undefeated to that game? Oh, did I mention that the winner of that game, who was Michigan State, got a Chick-fil-A Bowl, a New York 6 Bowl appearance invite because of that win? It was part of their journey. Michigan, you went on to win the Big Ten championship. Great job. Fantastic. Great. Michigan State went on to play in a New York 6 Bowl, and they did what they were supposed to do, win the football game, without Kenneth Walker, by the way. As much as you want to say, oh, Kenny Pickett wasn't there, Michigan State's best player wasn't there, and they got lucky they won that game. Nah, I wouldn't say lucky, but Connor Hayward, huge plays down the stretch. The point is, the Michigan game, 1, your rivals, shut the hell up and accept it. 2, you don't like it, beat Michigan State. Number 3, it was part of their journey. There is no Chick-fil-A game without that comeback win. And I don't care if they were playing in the Eat a Snicker Bowl, Touch My Mom Bowl. I don't care what they were playing in. I don't. At the end of the day, the 37-33 box score was one of the greatest games ever played between the two schools. And it never had more significance than what it did this past October. Both teams were undefeated at the time. That was one of the greatest games in the rivalry's history. That's why it's on the ring. And if you don't like it, shut the hell up. Fair?
Beautiful. Sounds great. I, on the other hand, there shouldn't even be a Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl ring. Shouldn't. Michigan could have a ring because they won the Big Ten. And the score I would put on there was Michigan 40, Iowa 3. Because that's what won the Big Ten championship for you. I just don't believe in these championship rings because bowls are not championship games.
I agree with that, but, I mean, this is the problem. You have all these bowl games. You don't want to diminish the value of them because you're selling them to advertisers. You're selling them to networks to put them on TV. You can't diminish the bowl game itself. And it's not just any bowl game. Like I said, it's not the Snicker Bowl. Right? It's not the Alamo Bowl. It is a New York it is a New Year's 6 game. It is one of the featured games on New Year's Day. It is one of those big time games. So yes, it's called the Chick-fil-A Bowl because they pay for the sponsorship. But at the end of the day, that is one of the big 6 games outside of the national title and college football playoff games that are being played. It's kind of important, Terry. I don't have to bring up that Michigan.
I will disagree.
I don't know. I don't know how you can diminish. I don't know how you can diminish those bowl games. Do I agree it's not a championship?
Fine, it doesn't mean anything. Michigan State and Pitt. Think about this. Michigan State plays Pittsburgh. Does that move the needle on the national radar for college football games?
No, but they were the number 9. They were both 11-win teams this year. They were both ranked in the top 13. I mean, one of them in the top 10. That's a tough one for me, Terry. Because I agree, it's not a championship, right? You're not raising a banner over the Chick-fil-A Bowl, right? Fair?
No, that's fair.
But that is a very important bowl game, and I don't want to hear Michigan fans complaining about a bowl game when you haven't won one, and God knows how long. And you went 8-5, and I don't believe it was the Alamo Bowl. What was it? The Outback Bowl. And you accepted a ring going 8-5, where you lost the damn bowl game. I don't want to hear it.
Participation trophies.
That I'll agree with. Yes, it's not a championship, but it's one of the New York 6. Wow, I keep saying New York. I don't know why.
New Year's.
One of the New Year's 6 games. It's one of the main games played between, I want to say, the 31st and obviously New Year's Day. It's one of those games. It is that important. It's one of the most important televised games outside of the college football playoff. Does it deserve a ring? Look, I can agree with you and say it doesn't, but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, this is how they celebrate. Do I like it? I don't have to like it, but I can respect the fact that it's one of the biggest bowl games played outside of the college football playoff.
So I think because of the college football playoff, that even the Rose Bowl is somewhat diminished.
Yeah, I agree with that. I was just going to say
used
that.
To be. And then when you start talking about the Peach Bowl is important, you lose me. I don't care if it's played on January 1st. I don't care if it's a New Year's 6th, because the only bowls that were semi-important with me growing up, Rose Bowl, Cotton Bowl, Orange Bowl, and the Fiesta Bowl. Everything else is like whatever. They're not important. They're fun. They're entertaining. But are they important? No.
And with the college football playoff, no, they're not important anymore. Fair? They've lost value. Even the Rose Bowl, Utah, Ohio State, that was an amazing game. Nobody talks about that game. And should Michigan have the 42-27 score on their ring this year? Probably.
I'd say probably not, because the only reason Michigan should have a championship ring
because the Big Ten title
is because they won the Big Ten title. What was the score of the Big Ten title game?
They killed Iowa.
Right.
But
if they lose Iowa, they don't win the Big Ten.
I don't agree with that, because
you don't
part
agree
of
if they lost to Iowa.
No, not that part. Before.
Right.
Beating Ohio State here. Are they in the championship game if they don't beat Ohio State?
No.
Again, it's their signature win of the year. Michigan's biggest win of the year was against Ohio State. Michigan State's biggest win of the year was against the Big Ten champions, Michigan.
Correct.
Both equally should be proud of that and celebrate it. I don't care what you do with it. But don't sit here and tell me, oh my God, they put the score of the 37-33 game on the ring from the Chick-fil-A. Yeah, it is the most important win Michigan State had all year. And they had an 11-win season when nobody expected it.
But that was the bitch all
And they were
last week.
undefeated going into that night against Michigan. And who were the underdogs? Michigan State.
Michigan State is always the underdog to Michigan.
And they won that game. And they came back down 14. And they're the team that closed the deal. Did they blow it the next week? I don't care. How did you get to where you were at? Michigan, you had a bump along the way. You recovered, you beat Penn State, and then you beat Ohio State, and you won the Big Ten. Great. Very well done. That's how you just stay focused. But all of you Michigan fans were calling for Harbaugh to get fired after the Michigan State game. So I'd shut the hell up a little bit if I were you. Michigan State fans, enjoy as much as you want. I don't care. I was at the Michigan-Ohio State game. I was rooting so hard for Michigan. So what? That was a top 5 game of all time. All time between the two schools.
You know what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to get out of this studio before Armani and Edwards get here, because they'll beat you up.
They bitch so much. Unbelievable. Bitching about a ring. Oh, man. What was it? Oh, God. What did Braylon say? They're obsessed with us? Something like that.
Yeah.
Michigan State. Ooh, you guys called them little brother, and they've been whipping your ass for 14 years. And up until this year, you had never... They made it to a college football playoff before you. They won multiple Big Tens before you. And since 2004, they have more Big Ten titles than you. They have the same amount of college football playoff appearances. They have a very similar record to you since 2004.
And it's a rivalry.
It's a rivalry. Love it. Don't tell me little brother and getting upset and they're obsessed with us. You Michigan fans are unbelievable sometimes. You're so dramatic. You won the Big Ten. That's amazing. Finally. Great. Great. You beat Ohio State. Thank God. Yes. Good. Michigan State beat you at a point where both of you were undefeated in one of the greatest games ever played between the two schools. Yeah, that kind of matters. And so does the Ohio State game when you beat Ohio State, Michigan. That matters. All these games matter because it's part of your journey into getting where you did at the end of the year. And Michigan ended up in the college football playoff, rightly so, because they won the Big Ten. And Michigan State ended up in a New Year's 6 bowl because they beat Michigan. Without that signature Michigan win, there is no Michigan State in the Chick-fil-A Bowl. It's that simple. It's part of their journey. You don't like it? I don't know what to tell you. You're just a salty rival fan. I don't know what to say.
Well, if they lose that game, maybe they're in the Outback Bowl. But to me, the Peach Bowl and the Outback Bowl is not that big of a difference.
Oh, my friend, man guy friend bro, in the chat says, since 2004, Adam, ignore the rest of the history. Where? Pre-World War II, where all your national titles come from? Shut the fuck up. Congratulations, you won a ton of national titles before Hitler was alive. Congratulations. Congratulations to all you Michigan fans. That's the problem. That is what kills me with Michigan fans. Unbelievable. So naive. So stubborn. So entitled. For what? For what?
They still live
go
in the 60s
back since the
and
year
70s.
2000. Here, I'll even go back 4 more years. Since the year 2000. What is the head-to-head record between Michigan and Michigan State, Terry? 22 meetings.
I think State's won 15?
Tied. 11-11. That's a rivalry.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty balanced,
That
isn't
is
it?
pretty good.
Even
yes.
though Michigan State's dominated the last decade, but we don't need to bring that up. I don't get it. And to this comment, yeah, Adam, it's fine that they got the Michigan game on the ring, but you're defending something I would have otherwise assumed you'd hate, a ring for a second-tier bowl game. It's not a second-tier bowl game. That is the highest, excuse me, one of the highest bowl games you can play in. Hear me out, Terry. They did this, not me. I didn't tell them to do a college football playoff. They diminished every bowl game the second they did it, fair or not fair. Last I checked, Michigan, you haven't won a bowl game in like 6 years. So shut the hell up. You have no right to talk. No right. Unbelievable. This is the last thing I think I'd be getting upset about because I don't even care. But I think it's ridiculous.
It is second tier.
It is not.
It is
second tier to the college football playoff, but those are not quote-unquote bowl games. When we talk about bowl games, there are 5 bowl games that everybody wants to play in. Michigan State played in one of them.
I don't think...
Is the Rose Bowl a second-tier bowl game? Because it sure the hell is, according to your guys' logic. The Utah-Ohio State game was meaningless.
Wait a minute. I don't think, when training camp breaks, that Mel Tucker or Jim Harbaugh are going to say, hey, fellas, if we have a good season, we could go to the Peach Bowl. No, I don't think that's happening.
Nobody starts their season thinking that way. Everybody thinks of one common objective: win the Big Ten. That's what every school aims to do in the Big Ten.
Okay,
that's where you start.
But how about this? We can't win the Big Ten. This is November now. We can't win the Big Ten. But if we beat Penn State, we might go to the Peach Bowl. Nobody's saying that.
That's where pride and just having respect for the game and trying to win the games that are in front of you come into play. Yeah, if Michigan State's 9-2 and they need to win the last game of the year to secure a New Year's Six bowl, sure. Yeah, I'm telling my guys, this is the last game of the year. And if you want to play in a meaningful game that you're going to be able to walk away from and say, we accomplished something this season, especially to the seniors, yeah, of course you say that. Only one team can win the Big Ten every year. 4 get to the college football playoff. We're diminishing these bowl games so hard right now, and I don't understand why.
Because they don't mean anything.
They don't. They do and they don't. They do mean something. They do. It is an accomplishment
for us.
How can we bash Michigan all these years for not winning a bowl game, and now it doesn't matter to win a bowl game? I don't get it. I really don't. Drives me insane.
But at the end of the season, do you think Michigan State is saying, okay, we got Penn State the last game of the season, fellas? If we win this, we're going to go to the Peach Bowl.
You know what Michigan State were thinking? You know what Michigan, since we want to play the if game, if Michigan State had beaten Ohio State instead of getting their asses kicked, they would have said, guys, let's take care of business against Penn State and win, because if we win that game and Michigan State lose, we probably get to go to the Big Ten championship.
You know what game screwed Michigan State the most? It wasn't an Ohio State game. It was Purdue. Laying that egg against Purdue, that's what screwed them.
Where Kenneth Walker got, let's see, they lost that game. They got blown out against both teams. Well, no, Purdue game, was it I don't believe the Purdue game was a close game.
They couldn't stop Purdue.
Oh,
they
that's
couldn't
right.
stop that
That's
passing
right. That's
attack.
right.
Ohio State, that game was done.
That was done in the first quarter.
No, it was done in the first 4 minutes.
Yeah, that was a bad game. But again, the point is, I just want to understand the mindset. We got to go to break, but guys, 37-33 is one of the greatest games ever played between your two schools. Since the year 2000, your head-to-head is even at 11-11. This has been such a damn good rivalry. And you're telling me it is, oh my, unbelievable that they put the score on. What? What? You just beat Ohio State for the first time in 10 years. That matters. That's a big deal. You should put it on your championship ring. That is a big deal. It's part of your journey. It's why you were able to even play Iowa in the Big Ten title game. Like,
well, because there was,
what do I know?
It was actually a championship involved. You know what State should have done if they were big boys and wearing big pants, boy pants. The Peach Bowl. If they got to have a ring, it should be on there. Michigan State beat Pittsburgh, whatever that score was. I don't even remember what it was, but that should be the score on there because that's what won you the Peach Bowl, beating Pittsburgh.
Yeah, whatever. We got to go to break. When we get back, we're going to discuss Jameson Williams for a little bit, but before we do, I need to tell you about Gypsy Vodka. Michigan's vodka. It's gluten-free, locally owned and operated up in Petoskey, Michigan, of course. Check them out at gypsyvodka.com. Follow them on social media and let them know Woodward Sports sent you. And for all of you that drink similar to Maddie, please drink responsibly. And if you have an issue drinking, stop drinking. God damn it. What's wrong with you people? Maddie, could you do me a favor before we go and tell everybody about Chili Peppers?
Oh, yes, I can. It's my favorite place to visit where I get my tan on. Make sure you join the Pepper Club at Chili Peppers Tanning. You'll get all the best deals on unlimited tanning, and they'll even beat their competitors by $5. Chili Peppers has the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, and the darkest tans.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Strawberry Fest is back at Big Boy. We brought back some of the classic breakfast items like the strawberry French toast, hot cakes, and waffle. If you're not feeling breakfast, try our new strawberry bacon chicken wrap, crispy chicken wrap, nacho wrap, or strawberry salad. The perfect recipe for springtime. And don't forget to grab dessert, including our berry delicious strawberry pie for only $1.99 with the purchase of $7.99 or more at participating Big Boy locations.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
The sports marketing agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the F Word, helps spread awareness of fentanyl and other addictions. Go to thesportsma.com if you are struggling or know someone who is, and let them know that Woodward Sports sent you.
All right, guys. Jameson Williams, Terry, did.
I did. Whatever
Oh my
you're going to
God.
say, I did.
I am losing it this morning. Did you have an issue with Jameson Williams' reaction to being drafted by the Lions? I saw people react in a way, he wasn't. He came out and said that he was tired, obviously. I don't even care how you celebrate.
He
so
basically said he was hungover.
Good. What's
Right.
wrong with that? At least he's
Nothing.
honest. I don't need my guy jumping for joy that he just got drafted. Everybody can celebrate the way they want to. And if he wanted to chill and be calm a little bit because he had a little too much fun the night before, great. I don't see a problem with it there.
All right. First of all, where was he? He was in Las Vegas. He gets drafted in the first round, and he's in Vegas. Guess what? I'd be hungover too. And in my interviews, I may not be the best the next morning because a lot of these interviews are the day after. You've flown 4.5 hours to get to Detroit. Yeah, you're gonna be a little bit off. And I think what in this town, there's such a contradiction. There's people who believe you should believe in the Lions no matter what, because that's my team. Then on the other hand, they also believe if somebody's drafted by the team that you love so much that they're pissed off. So which is it? So I'm going to buy the excuse that he was hungover. I'm going to buy the excuse that he partied too hard. Because guess what? That's the same damn thing I do. You try doing this. You get drafted, you're in Vegas, and you start partying. You know somebody's going to be passing out the shots, and you're going to be drinking Long Island iced teas, old fashions, whatever. And the party in Vegas doesn't end until maybe 4 or 5 in the morning. First jet out of there is probably at 7 o'clock. You're not going to be in tip-top condition. So I'm going to buy it that he was just hungover and had nothing to do with him being pissed off that he is now a Detroit Lion. I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, again, everyone can celebrate their own way. I mean, we saw Jalen Waddle basically. It kind of looked like he just walked by his entire family and went to go celebrate with Devontae Smith first, but it came out later that he celebrated with them off camera already because he had already gotten the call. So, I mean, you never know with these things. I personally do not care how you celebrate. If he was hungover, good for him, as you should. It's one of the biggest days of your life. Congratulations. Drink as much as you want. I have no problem, as long as you do it responsibly. I don't care. I really don't. I don't. Like, people read too much into this stuff. Yeah. What, is he not going to work out in the NFL because he was a little hungover before the draft?
People just have too many expectations for what you're supposed to act like when something like
Everybody
this
wants to tell you how you should act,
Yeah.
except they can't take care of their own selves. Isn't that funny? Tell me to brush my teeth. You don't even brush yours. Imagine that. Seriously. Hate people like that. Oh, you should get in shape. You're like 50 pounds overweight. The hell are you telling me to get in shape? Goddamn hippo. Anyways.
Eat a salad.
Thank you, Fish. Mailbag time coming up. Get your questions in the chat. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you like the video as well if you're watching on YouTube. And I have to tell you about my good friends at Lady Jane's. They take care of my hair. They make me feel and look awesome. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Check them out. Visit one of their many, many, many locations in Metro Detroit. They offer precision haircuts. Get the king's treatment. That's what I get. So they'll treat you like a king. Just mention Adam sent you. And of course, like I said, open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. No appointment needed. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's. It's wicked awesome.
All right, and I got to tell you about the Foaling Warehouse. The Foaling Warehouse in Hamtramck is the home of the original football bowling pin game called Foaling. They've got 2 ways to play, $10 unlimited open play, or you can reserve a private lane for just $120. Don't forget, they do have a $2 mystery beer machine, as well as multiple full bars. Go check it out at thefoalingwarehouse.com.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house.
Hello?
Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
He's going deep, right side. Oh, that is Edwards out there. He goes up in the air at the goal line.
Hey, it's Brandon Edwards here, wanting to welcome the sports marketing agency to Woodward Sports Network, to the family. Glad to have you guys. For the last decade, the sports marketing agency has literally leveraged athletes around issues such as mental health and substance abuse.
Glad that we can finally start trying to get the stigma off of mental health that's been there for all these years.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Guys, I have to tell you about a new sponsor to Woodward Sports. OddsTrader.com is the #1 site for all of your game day bets. For play-by-play updates, live scores, and bet tracking, download OddsTrader from the App Store today. They'll have the best price on every game and sign-up offers from multiple sports books. Player statistics and key game stats, all available on OddsTrader.com.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Mailbag time. Let's get your questions answered in the chat. We'll start off with the first question from Jack. Will we have a Tigers funeral if the Tigers lose to the A's or the Orioles this week?
A funeral?
Yep. If they lose the series to both teams.
Officially?
Bury them officially.
Yeah,
We're done.
The A's and the Orioles are both bad, but the A's they're bad. Their fans don't even show up. They got protests down there. They're getting like 2,000 fans a game.
I thought that was every year for the A's.
Well, it is,
about.
but it's more this year because they're protesting the ownership.
I always like to wait until June to have my baseball funerals, but yes, I will say yes. That would officially signal they're not going to recover. Because you're in a slump now, and now you're playing two horrible teams and still can't beat them. And if they score 2 runs in each of those games, yeah, I'll hold the funeral.
No, I don't need a funeral. I'm just going to put my head through this glass window behind me.
But if you're going to put your head through that window, we may have to have the funeral for you, brother.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. I just didn't want to say that direct.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty done. I'm pretty done at that point. That would not be good for me at all. Does Jameson Williams give you Charles Rogers vibes? I don't agree with that at all. No?
Charles Rogers didn't become a clown until he actually played. No, I don't have a vibe from Jameson Williams yet. He hasn't done anything. I haven't seen him in practice. No, just because a guy is like hung over, I can't go the Charles Rogers thing yet.
Too soon, way too soon.
Plus, the thing with Charles Rogers, I think it was tough for him to still be in his home state playing.
Yes.
That was the thing that hurt him the most. Maybe if he played somewhere else, he may have done better.
All right. Question, Terry. What is your favorite moment that you've watched in Detroit sports history?
Ooh, man. I would say probably when in '97 when the Wings raised the cup for the first time under Steve Eisman, because we were on the ice and it was electric in there, and that was a huge moment. But I may tie that with '89 when the Pistons finally won a championship, because it'd been so long that
there were 2 moments for me. One of them was a loss, but it didn't matter. I was too young for the 04 championship. I was way too young. Knew about it, but my brain was still processing. I was 9 years old, 8, 9 years old. For me, it was the Wings, obviously. 2008, their first cup since 04, 03? No, 2002.
That's not a time. That's not a time limit, man.
What do you mean?
It's 6 years, dude. If it was the first one in 60
well, yeah,
years...
but I didn't live through any of those. So, in my lifetime, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right, because you're a rookie.
Yeah. So, things I've seen. Yeah, I'm still very young. For me, it was the Wings Cup, because I was able to go to the parade, too, so I was a part of it. I was like, the whole thing. I was 8, 9 years old when the Pistons won the Going to Work Pistons won, so that doesn't mean much for me, even though it should. And actually, the Lions playoff game against the Saints. That was the first time I ever watched a playoff game. Ever. In my lifetime, though. 2011, I believe, that year.
See,
that was the first time I ever watched a playoff game.
I wish I could have taken a little Adam with me, in a little to the '91 Lions game. Carry my little buddy over my shoulder like this and say, Adam, they got a guy named Barry Sanders. He's pretty good. You might want to check him out.
Yeah.
Oh no, I have him in a little crib.
Oh, God.
Little Adam bitching, out of the crib. I don't want to go to this damn game.
Yeah, I wasn't born in '91, so I was born well after '94, baby. So I was just over 9 years old, I think, when the Pistons won their championship. Adam, do you expect Jameson Williams to contend for the Rookie of the Year? Rookie of the Year is going to be interesting offensively. Not many quarterbacks taken. outside of Kenny Pickett. So he should be the favorite because he'll probably start day one. I would say Kenneth Walker's a solid 2. And then every wide receiver after that. So, yeah, he could contend. Who knows? Let's see. Adam, do you really think Brad Holmes would ride or die with Tim Boyle if Goff goes down for 12 games? I just don't see him giving up like that. See, I disagree. I actually do think that's exactly what's going to happen. Because if Jared Goff gets hurt for the second consecutive year, Brad Holmes is going to look at him like, dude, no, when we become good, we cannot afford you to continue to get hurt. Now, if he misses a game or 2, 3 games, no one's freaking out. But if he has a long-term misses 10, 12 games, oh, you're damn right Tim Boyle's starting. Hell, David Blau is starting. And I'm going to rotate him every snap. You know why?
You know what he's thinking? I'm getting my quarterback next year.
Exactly.
And I don't have to trade up for it.
Thank you. And we are going to lose 10 out of those 12 games probably. And we're going to have a top 2, top 3 pick. That's what happens if Jared Goff goes down.
Brad Holmes secretly might be celebrating.
Aiden Hutchinson just signed a 4-year deal. $35 million, $23 million guaranteed.
Good for him.
Good for him.
He'll be in Royal Oak tonight.
Not bad. A mailbag to everybody. If you could pick to be a time traveler and see the future or how your life ends, what would you pick? What?
Pick what?
I don't want to see when I die or how I die.
I don't want to see that.
I don't want to see that. I'd rather go back in time. Like revisit some of the greatest sports history moments ever. Right. I definitely want to see the Normandy landing. That's like the top of my time traveler bucket list. I'd want to see the Normandy landing. I definitely want to see the JFK assassination.
You want to see that?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, he wants to see like all murders from
like political figures.
I
want to see where Hitler was when he quote unquote died.
There's Hitler. Yeah.
I want to see. I want to see
Stalin?
the world as it was when Genghis Khan was ruling it, when the
Stalin?
Persian Empire was the thing. Would definitely love to see the pyramids being built. That's another one.
Egypt. You're going to have to go way back there.
Hell, I'd love to see 9/11 on the day.
Oh, of course you would.
Like in person.
That's the Adam thing to do.
I mean, these are historical moments in history. Like, why would you not want to see them?
I mean, how close to 9/11 do you want to be?
Yeah, you want to be like in New York,
I would be
like the
you know,
center?
a few buildings away. Just want to kind of like.
You didn't want to be one of the ones running down the stairs.
No.
Okay,
no.
damn.
I'm just saying, like, you guys wouldn't want to experience these kind of moments in history? Like, am I crazy?
See, I was thinking like sportsing. Like, I'd like to see the Berlin Olympics, Jesse Owens.
There you go.
Like, that's not morbid. I wouldn't mind seeing that live instead of the little black
I'd
and
love
white
to see
go,
who. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like go extremely to the dark places.
Yeah, he wants all
when I
history.
think of the past because you want to see like what happened, how it unfolded. But it's 10 o'clock. We got to get out of here.
I like to see Jackie Robinson's first game.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Absolutely. We got to go. I hope all of you have a great rest of your Monday. Enjoy. We'll see you tomorrow. Check out Big D at 11 o'clock and The Bottom Line at 2 p.m. Have a good one.